T. Brunson is first a loving husband and a committed father. From the TV shows to the books to the podcast to the production company, please, with all the love and energy you can, welcome to the stage, Paul C. Brunson.
Who you choose as your partner, in my opinion, is the most important. Stay around people who are forces. You will level up.
I was supposed to press the clicker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I love it, actually. I love it. Also, there's a lot of beautiful people in this room right now.
That's right. Can we make some noise for yourselves? That. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Paul.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Do you know we've met before?
All right, so you have to tell me when.
In COVID, well, I met you. You didn't meet me.
I was like, and it was in COVID.
In COVID, obviously, like everybody was trying to get their mental mind right and make sure it's good. So I was searching for affirmations on Spotify, just trying to find whether it's on YouTube, whether it's Spotify, just things that can keep my mind sane. And I came across Better with Paul. Now, I didn't know who you were then, but I just knew that this guy, the words he's saying, is really affirming me, it's helping me stay present. And then it's only 2 weeks ago, I was doing research about you, and then your name popped up, Better with Paul. I was like, this cannot be the same Paul. But it was.
Yes.
But it was. So I just wanted to say massive thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, I fully believe that that nothing just happens.
Yeah.
You know, there's a purpose and a meaning behind everything. So that's beautiful.
Amazing. Well, we're going to have a beautiful experience now. We're going to do a quick fire game. You are going to pick a card from here.
Oh, yes.
This is from the Gist the Game.
Okay.
And then you're going to ask me the question, and I'm going to pick a card and ask you a question.
All right. All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me mix it up.
Yeah, don't pick the hard one. Just.
All right, let me go. All right, ready? All right, here we go. Okay. Who did you vote for?
That doesn't say. It doesn't say.
I'm like,
trying to set me up, but I picked the cards, so I know what's in there.
I'm dangerous. Like, and I've had nothing to drink, and I'm dangerous. All right.
Okay.
If you had to give a TED Talk on one topic, what would it be?
JFK Assassination.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm just fascinated by it. I really want to know what happened.
Yeah, who did it?
So basically.
Yeah. Okay.
My theory is.
Yes.
It was the janitor.
Okay.
In the, I'm joking, I'm lying. But I like the theory about it being from the mob. I think it was the mob.
So, but do you think Harvey Oswald was hired or no? You don't think he was?
No.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. You know, somewhat, I mean, this is going to go way left. But I have to say this is that, has anybody been to Memphis?
No.
So this is where Martin Luther King Jr. was shot.
Yeah.
And I remember visiting it with my boys and my wife. And what I saw was what I do not believe was possible. If you look at where the rifle was, what happened, and I think right around the time, well, this is 1964, JFK as well, is that you see that we didn't have social media, we didn't have the amount of investigation that we could have had, and so so I'm with you, and I also don't think what we believe we know about MLK's assassination is actually what happened.
Ooh, tinfoil hats all around. All right, your question. What's a lesson about love you had to learn the hard way?
Oh, man. So what time is it right now?
7:20.
Okay, so I could talk about sex then, right? 7:25.
Yes. I thought it was...
Because this is what my parents taught me. Only talk about sex after noon.
Okay. That's a noon.
So here's what I learned. What I've learned the hard way is that foreplay begins the moment that sex ends.
You're gonna have to unravel that one real quick.
Right. So what I mean by that is foreplay, for most of us, we believe that it is a warm-up event that happens 30 seconds before sex.
Okay.
Right? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And you don't want to raise your hand because you know what I'm talking about. She knows exactly what I'm talking about, right? But in actuality, what we have to do is that we have to understand that it is about feeling safe with our partner.
Okay.
And that is what we have to do every moment of the day, is help our partner to feel safe. And when you feel safe, you will have the best sex in your life. And so, I mean, not to go left, but that's one thing that I learned.
Okay.
Yes.
Everyone feel safe, man? Feel safe. Okay, pick one for me.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we keep going.
Yeah, we've got still 1 minute filter in.
Oh man, okay, so I have to stop talking then. All right, so the thing I pretend doesn't affect me, but does.
I pick these cards, you know. The thing that doesn't affect me, but do you know what? I think my appearance. Yeah. Because of my scar, I do things that are very front facing, very like everyone can see me, but it's still hard. So I have to almost pretend like it doesn't affect me, but sometimes it does.
Not to turn this into a podcast, but I do have a question about this.
Yeah.
Is that what is the emotion that you feel when you think about how people see yourself?
Like I'm odd. Yeah, so like I'm odd, like I'm a what's that thing? I'm outside the norm. That's it.
Yes.
And so what it does, it invites eyes, and so it makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel under a microscope. That's it, under a microscope.
Yeah. You know, one is I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we all have insecurities, and many of us have it around, you know, how it is, how we look.
Yeah.
And I think that what is so powerful is that despite that, you show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you look good, man.
Oh, thank you.
You look good. Yes. I see that watch popping. Oh my gosh. The color coordination is on point. The beard is all cut up.
Thank you for coming to Paul's sit down.
Yeah.
So literally, Paul's, it's like, it's my sit down.
The haircut's on fire? Come on now. Skin is popping. Look at his skin. Come on now. Moisturize.
Paul.
Yes.
We have to, let's keep going. Your time. Actually, time's up. Round of applause for Paul.
Yes.
We got Paul, man. Oh, listen, I had to show up.
You smell good too. You know, when I walked in, I was like, he smells good too.
Thank you, man. Super drug, man. Big up Super drug. That's Super drug, £15. There is something that we need to talk about.
Okay.
It's one of our favorite films. Do you know what our favorite film is?
Oh, man. I don't. I mean, there's so many good films. Is it Hitch?
No. It's a childhood one that you love.
Is it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Well.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
So when I found out this is one of your favorite films, I was like, oh my gosh, me too.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like, it's so childlike and so innocent.
Yes.
And so it takes me back to a better place, a good place. And I was wondering, for that song in particular, Pure Imagination, is that a favorite of yours? What drew you to this song, basically?
All right, can I say something super odd that just popped up when I saw this? I go to Jamaica every year. Shout out to all the Jamaicans in the room. Which, by the way, hold on for a second. I had this in my back pocket. I just had to hold on to this. Hold on for a second.
It's not a gun, is it? Okay.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Fly the thing.
Hold on, I just had to do that real quick. Hold on. Let me just let that go.
Okay. Nigerians, where we at? Okay. Nigeria in the house. Every other country. All right. Yeah.
So I was every year I go to Jamaica. That's like my Zen spot for my birthday. And so last year, what I did is we had this big screen set up and we all watched this movie. Yeah, outside in Jamaica, had all my family and friends. And we decided to do something new this year. We decided to play Count the Black People.
Oh, in the film?
In the film.
Oh, yeah.
So, how many black people do you think are in this film? There's one. There is one, yes. There is one little black boy.
Where?
Yeah. He's right.
Oh, okay.
And you know, and the reason why I bring all of that up is because it's so interesting. This is not a movie I would resonate with today.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, because of that. Because I'm constantly, and even with my boys, I'm constantly trying to find imagery that where they could see themselves.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you the day and age that a lot of us grew up in, where we couldn't even see ourselves.
Yeah.
And look at what we've achieved.
Yeah.
And so when I look at this movie, what to me is that I felt like I was Charlie.
Okay.
Like,
wow.
And I wanted to win the golden ticket, right? And I didn't feel like I could.
Yeah.
And so I see myself as that boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Willy Wonka. Okay. Right. So we have envelopes out in the audience.
Oh my goodness.
And these are quotes these are things that you've said across the internet, and we've pulled them to lead us through this conversation. So if you do have an envelope, I'm going to ask that you open up your envelope, and when your number is called, you're going to stand and read it for us. Is that okay? Now you're nervous. Okay, don't worry. It'll be good. So if you've got 1 and 2, who's got envelope 1 and 2? 1 and 2. Who's got 1? Yeah, at the front here. And we've got 1 and we've got 2. All right, amazing. Yes, please.
I know what it feels like not to be noticed.
I know what it feels like not to be noticed. Thank you very much. Okay, so something that Paula said. Yes. Okay.
Especially when I first got to the UK.
When what?
When I first got here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We're looking to that now.
Okay, so number 2, I would say sometimes I'm impacted by critique. I want to be considered good at what I do.
Yes. I'm very Virgo.
Yeah.
And very much a perfectionist. And yes, absolutely.
Well, let's go for the first section of this conversation.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So.
Yes. That's New York right there.
Let's talk about doing the inner work. You've done a lot of inner work to be able to get to where you are now. And I always believe that every adult that we see here standing is in reality just a tall child. There is who they are inside, that they're battling to, whether in a good way or a bad way, to become who they want to be. And I wonder for you, what inner work have you had to do to get to the stage that you are at now?
Well, you know what's so wild is, this photo brings up so many memories. So this is Queens, New York. Shout out Queens, New York. Yeah. Nobody's from Queens.
Exactly. And why?
Because it would have been different. It would have been bop, bop, bop. Nobody did it. Y'all are all lying, I know. But it's okay. But this is, so this is New York. And this is a big transition moment for me because you see this smile. This could be one of the last photos where you see me smile in my, adolescence. And the big reason why is because in Queens, quite honestly, there was a dude named Slim who was one of the biggest drug dealers in our area. And I just wanted to be like Slim. Wow. And we all wanted to be like Slim. And so I went through this whole period of my adolescence where I was trying to figure out what my identity was. And that's something that we all do. But the challenge that I had, and the reason why I connected with professional development or personal development, is because it wasn't until I was in my 20s that I started to figure out who I was. I was a late bloomer on identity. I thought I knew who I was in my teens, and I was basically a made up, puffed up version of someone that I didn't recognize. And so the real personal development came in my 20s. Wow. And it truly came, not to make this all about, oh my gosh, Paul just talks about his wife all the time. But it was my wife that really saved me. And you know what I've learned since, especially with Dr. Amir Levine's work, who wrote Attached. He's the godfather of attachment theory. So everybody's running around saying, I'm secure, I'm anxious, I'm avoidant. It's because of Dr. Amir Levine.
Okay.
And he talks about how when you are consciously or just luckily, when you meet someone who is secure in their attachment style, they teach you how to be secure. Yeah. I was avoidant. I was a hardcore avoidant. And she taught me that, you know, through patience, love, etc. So that was really the beginning of my self-development. Was in my 20s, not my adolescence.
Yeah. And is there anything now that you think, even though you've been doing that inner work and it's started in that 20s kind of area, is there stuff that you're still working on that you're just like, man, I still keep tripping at this?
Oh man, yeah, all the time. Like, I mean, to be super real, is this morning I was having this conversation with my wife, and she was saying, Paul, you're compassionate with everyone, but you're not as compassionate with me as you are with other people. And so the one thing that I try to do is I try to stop listening, but actually hear, which is something that I think a lot of us have an issue with, right? Where we listen is that you say something, the words hit my eardrum, and then I'm waiting to respond. Hearing is the words hit my eardrum, the feeling hits my body. I'm empathetic. I know the emotion that you're in. I sit with it, and then I can respond. And so, what I'm learning is that I am, we're all, a painting that's not yet finished. And the trick is to know that you're not, and it's okay. Yeah. That's the thing is that you have to know you are a beautiful Michelangelo designed statue, right? And you're not yet fully formed. And you could be in this audience, you could be 67 and you're not yet fully formed, and that's okay. Yeah. It's when you believe you are, that's the problem.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, I realized this maybe a week ago, and in that idea of things that you're still working on, that you're not fully complete. I'm a father, I've got a 7-year-old daughter. I remember I bought her something. She does taekwondo. She done a grading, and that's when you get a new belt. She got a new belt, and I thought one thing I want to teach her is that you celebrate your wins and you celebrate your achievements. Like, make sure you do something. And so we went to just Claire's Accessories, got her to pick out some necklaces, some bangles, and whatever. But the more important thing, it was about celebrate your wins. And then I find out she gave it away to some friend. She gave one of the bangles to some friend. She's generous, kind-hearted, loving, big heart. I was like, not even my money, but it meant something to me to give it to you, so it means something to you. And so I kind of lashed out a bit, and I realized that, I'm sensitive. Woo, child. I didn't realize how sensitive I am. I thought, that's all done. But if I do something for you, I want it to mean something, because I meant it as well. There was intention behind that. And so it felt like she had treated it like nothing. And so it showed me that, you got a lot of work to still do, man. And it's just that idea, it's never ending. The work, the construction site is always open. Always, always open.
Yes. But then the question becomes, so now what are you going to do about it?
I've got to do some burrowing inside. I've got to do some digging inside and understand, where does that sensitivity come from? Whether it's rejection, not putting out something and being rejected. What is the issue that I have with that? So yeah, it said to me, you need to go back to therapy. Do you do therapy?
I do.
Okay, we'll sort that out.
Yeah,
we'll book
do.
it. Okay, we'll book a session.
Okay.
All right, let's play a quick game. Let's spot the difference. Let me get
Oh my gosh. Can I say how much I hate this picture though?
Really?
Yeah. Can I give you can I give you the story behind this?
All right, go on. Right,
Wait, am I talking too much?
Yeah, you're talking now.
Okay.
Now you're talking too much. Because I want people to understand the difference. Don't always come in. Can you not see the difference? You can't see the difference. Paul, can you see the difference?
In these two?
Yeah, the two pictures. Can you
What
not,
in the world?
you look, oh, come on, guy. Yo. Can you see it? Not
Wow.
lighting, no. The neck, no.
I'm like,
All right, I'll tell you. So the difference is this one, this is the Paul that you know, and that is the Paul that Paul knows. It's all about perception. This is the one that you know on the screen, on social media, on the podcast, but there's a Paul over there that only he knows, okay?
yes.
Quickly tell us about your
All right,
story.
yeah, I think this is what, because this is also about finding myself and speaking truth to power. So when I got to the UK, I was basically told I had parameters around what I could wear.
Oh.
And if you look at any of the television shows that I did in the first, so I've been here for 8 years, and in the first 4 to 5 years, I was specifically given guidance on what I could wear and what I couldn't.
Man.
And also you see the smile. So I noticed that I was photos were only published if I had a big, grandiose smile.
Wow.
And what I realized was that I think what is happening is that there's an idea of what is digestible, what is acceptable. What does a relation expert who is a black man look like, right? And then it got to the point where I was just like, I just have to do me. Like, I have to. And I think we all reach a point where we understand what our self-worth is and where our boundaries lie. And what I've realized is if you don't hold to your boundaries, you will be bullied.
Yeah.
And so this is almost the last photo that I took in this zone.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've successfully not worn a blazer since. Just personally, I don't like blazers. But yeah, that's exactly the behind the scenes.
And that's why I picked it, because I knew that backstory all along. Okay. Well, this idea comes from the idea that I wanted to look at next, which is the mountain of perception. Okay.
See, I picked that outfit right there. That's me.
That looks like, yeah. So all these things that are around, these are things that we might perceive from our vantage point, looking up at the mountain, that, wow, this guy's done amazing things, head of global research at Tinder, co-owner of Sutton United, you was on Oprah's network, husband, father. But for you, if we place you up there, where would you place yourself?
So, wait, I'm sorry. So if I'm down here.
So we look at you and we think that, you know what, you're doing well, you've made it.
Oh, I see.
But where would you place yourself on this mountain?
Oh no, I get you. Yeah, I'm at the bottom. Like, yes, I'm literally at the bottom. Like this is go year. Like the next. I mean, we've got a plan. This is Fessel's my chief operating officer. We've got a whole situation where next 7 years is go time. So I'm maybe I'm not at square one, but maybe I'm like 2 feet up.
2 feet up from square one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see, I've interviewed close to 100 people. Nobody places them near, not even halfway. And is that intentional? Is that to give you room, or?
I think it's because I'm just hungry.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a shark. And when I say I'm a shark, is like, a shark needs to move in order like you need the oxygen. The shark needs the oxygen, so you have to keep moving. And I have to keep moving. Like the way that I view what I'm trying to do in my position is I feel like, especially this is more of an entrepreneurial landscape. Okay. I think in the entrepreneurial landscape, I saw Cody Sanchez say something that I remixed a little bit, and that is I think we're all either floaters or we're forces. Okay. Right? And what I mean by that is, let's say that all of us right now are on a ship and we're going, to central London. No, actually we're going to Sutton United. Sutton United. So 40 minutes away. Mm-hmm. Now, if you look down, because we're at the bottom of the ship, if you look down, you know what you might see? You might see just a little hole with a little bit of water coming out of the hole, just a little bit, right? Now, you know what the floater does? The floater looks at that and they're like, oh, that's a little bit of water. It's only 30 minutes. We're going to get there. Or you know what? We trust in the captain of the ship. We know that he's got everything squared away, so there's no way we're going to sink. Or maybe the floater says, you know what? I see that little bit, but I'm just tired. I've got my family. I'm just tired. That's the floater. I'm not the floater. I'm the force. The force says, you see this? You see this right here? This right here? Take the gum out, boop, put it in there, right? Or I'm getting off this ship. I'm jumping. I'm getting into the pool. Or I'm going to go, Captain, I want my money back right now. You see that? Like, the force does something about it. The force says, maybe even in this moment, we're not going to sink, but I don't know how to swim. So therefore, I'm going to learn how to swim. So next time I'm in this situation, I can save myself, save my family. That's the force. And I think all of us in every aspect of our life, we toggle back and forth between force and floater. In some of our romantic relationships, we're the floater. In some of our platonic relationships or our familial relationships, we're the floater. But when it comes to the business of what I'm trying to do, I'm a force. So that's the reason why I'm way down there.
Nice. All right. Let's go back to yourself. So with that being the mountain of perception, is there anything that you feel is a misconception about who you are?
I mean, endless. I mean, it's endless. I mean, do you have 10 hours? you know, it's one of those where I think, I think also, but in part of doing television, what I've learned is that there is a character that is in essence created for you, and it is you're kind of edited to fit that specific character, which is why I love things like this or the podcast or whatever. Like, I'm sure some people are listening to me right now like, oh my God, Paul, like, is he on cocaine? Like, what? He's kind of wild. Like, I didn't realize he was like, but this is just who I am. But I'm edited to look and show up a certain way, to be digestible, right? And I think that oftentimes that's what creates misconceptions.
Yeah. I was doing some research, just trying to find, just looking through your past and everything, and I was wondering, for you, your parental background, like, what was that upbringing like in terms of your relationship with your parents, and how does that then, and how does it compare to now?
Yeah, so my relationship with my parents is one of those where it was the biggest blessing of my life to grow up with my parents, and not just my parents, with my grandparents, with my aunties, with my uncles, with my cousins. It was when I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and it was little Jamaica, and to the point where I didn't really I was like, when we moved from Jamaica, Queens to Long Island, and Long Island was entirely Italian. And when we moved from Jamaica, Queens to Long Island, it was the first time that I realized, oh my gosh, the United States is not predominantly black. Like, I thought most of us are black. Like, everything, it was very black centric growing up. And then it was interesting because when we moved to Long Island, I'm sure you all have heard of white flight. And so what happened is we were the first black family to move to our neighborhood in Long Island, and it was tough for me. I got into fights all the time. I was beat up a lot because it was kids who were just like, "Hey, who's this black guy?" And what ended up happening was we moved in, and then 3 months later, who became my best friend, moved across the street. His family came from Harlem. Then the next family came in from Brooklyn. And what ended up happening was a lot of the West Indian families, because at that time it was mostly Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans in Queens, they moved to Long Island. As they moved to Long Island, these white Italian families moved out. Wow. Within a year, my block went from all Italian to all black. And it was this mecca of, if you know Queen Latifah, Moni Love, Busta Rhymes, Leaders of the New School, Tribe Called Quest, all of that came out of that area that I lived in. And so it was incredible. So my parents were phenomenal, but it was also that entire area.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go for envelope 3 and 4. Who's got 3 and 4?
Good. How are you doing?
What's your
good,
name?
thank you.
What's your name?
What's my name? Vashti Iona.
Hi, nice to have you here, Ashley.
Thank you, Thomas. The best thing in my life is my wife.
All right. Who's got number 4? Okay. Best thing in my life is my wife.
Hello, Paul.
How you doing, man?
I'm Lakey.
Nice to meet you.
Choosing a partner is the most important decision we make. And it's one I got right.
And it's one I got right. Let's go to good old love.
Oh, yes.
Love worth fighting for. Okay. Just doing a little research again through your Instagram, just through everything. There was a situation where you spoke about your wife, Jill, and what really clinched it for you. And it was a grandparent that passed away.
Yes.
And it was how she was just there for you. That she went 10 miles and more to do what she could to support you. And that, I wanted to ask you, that trait that you saw there, how have you seen that show up like throughout your relationship?
Oh, man. You know what's interesting is I wish I could go back and say, oh, yeah, I was testing her and I was using this particular paradigm. No. It was, we were at university, we were dating. My grandfather, who I love to this day dearly, passed. And I was destroyed. And he was being buried in South Carolina. We were in Virginia, so it was maybe a 4-hour trip to drive there. And the moment that I told Jill, she just said, okay. It was like, I got you. And I didn't have to think about anything. She was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pack this. You just sit in the car. I'm going to get you there. We're going to worry about the hotel on the way. I'm going to do the. And what I realized was, man, this was the first time where I had someone outside of my family that I felt unconditional love from, you know? And it was in that moment where I said, there's just something different about this situation. And then she was just with me throughout the entire funeral. And it wasn't in that moment that I realized, okay, this is my wife. Yeah. But it was more so upon reflecting back, it was that moment. And I think that it's important for us all to look at these moments in our life. You know, when we are dating people, to what the brother just said, who you choose as your partner, in my opinion, is the most important decision of our life. Yeah. And that's not just married partner. That could just be who you choose to lay down with. And the reason why I say this with all levels of seriousness, because all the research shows that when you choose a strong partner, everything in your life becomes better. And all the research shows when you choose a weak partner, everything in your life becomes worse. And one of the things that we're doing right now, so I'm very Jamaican. I have 20 jobs. I am shooting, no exaggeration, I'm shooting 5 TV shows this year. Wow. Only 3 have been announced. 2 haven't been announced yet. One of the shows is a television program that my production company is co-producing. So it's my first co-production.
Nice. Round of applause.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
dope.
you.
That is dope.
Thank you. By the way, SOAR Productions is based out of South London.
Come on.
Yes, and we are going to be telling our stories from an authentic standpoint.
Come on.
And with SOAR, so our first project is called Red Flag. Red Flag is me interviewing the survivors of the most notorious fraudsters in the UK.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, all of them thought they got the right partner. And let me tell you the results. The results ranged from losing hundreds of thousands, the death of a child, being physically and emotionally manipulated,
Wow.
and some have taken their life, right? And so it's not a game. Like, it's not a game out here. And so the most important thing you could do is choose the strong partner. But to connect it back to my grandfather and Jill and all that, the moment is that we all have these moments where we are under an extreme amount of stress, or we're in moments where we have an extreme amount of joy that happens. You can get promoted, something can happen that's beautiful. That's when you see how your partner reacts to you. It's not in the, it's in the, oh, or in the, ah, right? That's when you see how they react. Are they reacting in a supportive way? When you win, are they cheerleading for you? Are they on the sideline cheering harder for you? Because if they're not, I'm telling you, get out. If you are in a situation where you are feeling stress and they create even more stress for you, get out. Like, run. It's the most important question that we can ask. And in that moment, Jill supported me. And that was, upon reflection, that was when I knew, okay, she's the one.
Yeah. What are things that she does to help you feel that you can bring those things to her and be vulnerable? What is that space that she creates, and how does that make you feel?
Oh man, holding space is, so literally one of I have a book that's coming out in February, and it is on holding space. And it's more so what I've learned through the podcast with regard to how to hold space and how impactful it is. And I think that holding space is the greatest act of love, right? Which you hold space very well. Oh. And when you hold space, the other person feels seen, they feel heard, and therefore they can go to the depths of their vulnerability and share it. Yeah. Jill does that exceptionally well. And she's taught me that is the greatest act of love, and how to do it for others. So holding space is key.
I like that you said that she taught you, because from our perspective, you would be the master of holding space. Like, we see you do it on a regular basis. But what I hear you saying is that actually behind the scenes, that Jill is the one who is almost schooling you, that you might think you do it well, but this is how you do it effectively.
I mean, when I leave here, I go to school, which is home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, she is, it's one of those things where if you've met her, there's a few folks here who've met Jill, is she's someone who's a force. She's a little 5-foot force. Although she thinks she's 5'1", she's a long torso. She doesn't, she's 5 feet. But she's a force. And what I think is important is that you stay around people who are forces. Like, you will level up. Life truly, like, was it Jim Rohn, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with? Like, I believe that. Yeah. And what is a blessing for me is Jill's one of my 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big up Jill. Everyone say Jill. You two, you were going to both do a reality TV show, but you said, let me pull back on that. Share with us why.
Well, she did.
Oh, she.
I wanted. How much they're paying for these shows?
How much? How much?
All right. So I'll tell you. So it was 2010. My first television gig was with Oprah Winfrey, which that's not a flex. That's like a blessing. Yeah. It's like a big blessing. Boop, dropped. And I recorded the show Lovetown USA, and the Oprah Winfrey Network. The quick story is, Oprah met Jill and loved her, because everybody who meets Jill loves her. Yeah. They're like, Paul, you're all right, but Jill, she's the win, right? And so Jill had a sequence dress on. Oprah had a sequence dress on. It was the finale. They hugged each other, and the sequence got intertwined. And so they were stuck for about 15 minutes, like this. And Jill is so funny because she says like the most bizarre things. So it's like, if you're stuck with Oprah Winfrey for 15 minutes, what do you say? Yeah. She rubbed her neck. She was like, you have the softest neck in the world. I was like, of all things, you said Oprah had a soft neck? But she uses that cocoa butter, let me tell you. And so they were stuck together for 15 minutes. And then as a result, Oprah goes and she tells someone, she was like, this is the real personality, is Jill. And so they offered us a show. I think the show, it was probably, and at that time they were paying more for TV shows. It was probably $175,000 US. And we had just launched our matchmaking business. So we knew that it would propel the matchmaking space. 100%. So with $175,000, and we had no money at this time.
Wow.
And we had just had our first son, Kingston. Jill was like, nah.
Wow.
And she said, this will mess us up. They'll try to tear us apart. It'll be this. She's like, nah. And I thought, wow, like that's once again self-worth, knowing yourself, you know, and that's who I learned from.
Love it. All right, who's got envelope 5? I'm gonna skip.
Thank you for being someone I can look up to. I'm proud to be your son, Kingston.
No. That's envelope number 5. So you're a father, and being a father is it's not easy. But you've raised your son. Oh, let me read that one. Come again. You've raised your sons, and one of the things that you do talk about is being present, being there when you can. And you travel. You can be filming in another country. You've got to come back. And so I want to play this video because I thought it was very poignant in the way that you showed up.
We're watching Liam right now. So we're here. We're watching Liam right now. It's been the craziest week. I'm still half asleep from the tour last night. So I feel odd. That's why I'm standing here, like, trying to shrivel into the wall. But this is important to show up. Always, yeah. Liam, good work, sir. Yeah, how do you feel?
My left ankle is kind
Are you tired?
Yeah.
We saw you. Very nice breakaway layup, my man. Very smooth.
You are the teacher and the student at the same time. And I wonder for you, what have these children taught you about yourself as a person?
Oh, man. You know what, on the basketball note, too, is that was one of his first games this year.
Wow.
And they're now in the championship.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which this shows you also about the importance of showing up in the lengths. And Fessel knows because he's been working on this yesterday. And this isn't like I'm the wealthiest dude in the world, but the lengths that you have to go to.
Yes.
So on Wednesday, Liam's his first championship basketball match that he's ever played in, because we were homeschooling them.
Yes.
So this is his first time in school. This is big. It is on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we are filming in Manchester, Red Flag, all day. So we are now moving up the schedule to 3:00. I'm going to jump on a helicopter.
Wow.
In Manchester to get to this man's basketball game. Now, I could use that money for a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Trust me, a lot of other things. But I'm doing it because I prioritize family. And so I found that to be fascinating because the championship is there. But that's what they've taught me. They've taught me about prioritization. You know, it is one of those where I think we realize how short amount of time, as a parent, we know there's a short amount of time we get with these blessings. And so why wouldn't we want to spend as much time as we can with them? Now, what I've realized is that we also are out here trying to, hustle, and we're trying to build, and we're trying to change the world. But at the same time, what I've learned is that there's really no such thing as work-life balance. It's really about prioritization. And when you get your priorities straight, life aligns. It straightens for you. And so, these guys have taught me about prioritization and alignment.
Yeah. Do they know you're Paul C. Brunson?
I mean,
the Paul C. Brunson.
This guy tells me my advice comes from the back of a cereal box.
Wow.
But he jokes me all the time about it. But they are, they tell me they're super proud of me. And it's important for me to represent them in what I do. And I'm very transparent with them in terms of the good and the bad and the ugly. I'm very transparent in my conversations with them. We have a much different relationship than I had with my father. You know, and I say this as a joke, but this is the truth. It's like I talk about with my sons the difference between you know, the difference between a vulva and a vagina. You know what I mean? Which, by the way,
tread how you want. Tread carefully now.
90% of men have no idea the difference between a vulva and a vagina. And 50% of women have no idea what the difference between a vulva and a vagina is, right? Yes. Some are like, demonstrate, please. No, that's for later. That's for later. Watch where you Google that too. That'll, like, it's mad. But the point is that we have these conversations, you know. So there's nothing that I actually hold back from them, which I know is not everyone's style of parenting, but that's our style.
And finally, I mean, for you, is there an area that you're still working on as a parent? Is there an area where you feel, I still don't get right?
Yeah, I mean, tons.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest issue that I think we have as a family is not giving them individual time.
Okay.
And this is something that a lot of parents struggle with when you have more than one child, because it's just easier to say, hey, let's do this together. But these two eat the same foods, received the same love in the same household, but they're completely different. And so they deserve to have individual attention. And that's I think that's the thing that, you know, worries me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's good to know actually that some things worry you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like, you know, again, because of perception, it just looks like you know, you do your thing, like you take care of your family and everything, but it's just remembering that every single person, I guess is why we do the sit down as well. It's the idea that no matter the heights you see somebody at, through your perception, we all struggle with similar things, and it's the unraveling of it that helps us understand there's a connection, that you're struggling with that. Oh, I'm struggling with that as well. All right, let's go to the last part here, because you talked about me holding space.
Oh, wow.
But you are the space holder, king of the king holder space of space holding for anyone. Your podcast, We Need to Talk, is on track to be the biggest podcast in the world. It's growing 13 times faster than Diary of a CEO when it started. 13 times faster. And Diary of a CEO is going well. Paul, man, this podcast is really, really good. It's a really, really good, and it's good because one, it's visual, because we're seeing a lot of what you're speaking about, but we're also seeing the responses and the reactions of the people that you're talking to. But we're also seeing how you hold space for people. And specifically, I called to mention the Dami interview. And when, you know, anybody see it? Go and check it out if you didn't see it, but he spoke about his dad passing. And I wanted to ask you, as an interviewer myself, I wanted to ask you, in that moment, what was going through your mind? Because when he spoke about it, you said after that was one of your greatest fears. He was literally displaying and telling you about an experience of something that is a greatest fear for you. What was going through your mind as he approached that topic and those tears started to run?
Oh, man, I crumbled inside.
Wow.
And I felt what I try to do, and the reason why this podcast is one of the greatest joys in my life, but two, one of the greatest emotional strains, because I put myself into the emotion of the person I'm having the conversation with. So when Dami began to talk about his father, and I knew his father had passed, I felt that he was going to emote, and I felt the sadness. That was the emotion that he had. And what I do is I channel that. So I say to myself, if and literally my father and mother dying is currently my greatest fear.
Wow.
And I put myself in that space. I just hear they passed. So he crumbled physically, I crumbled internally. But what I did, and it's interesting because I saw a lot of posts, I think Shea Burrow posted about this too, is...
Wait, sorry.
You know what's interesting is someone sent it to me. And what they sent is, they said it was something like, Paul didn't hug Dami when his father... And what I wanted to say, actually, when they sent it to me, I went back and I did comment. And what I said is, one of the greatest acts of love and how to hold space is to give them
that space.
The space. And what so many of us do is we jump in. We see someone crying and we jump in. And you know why we jump in?
Because we feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. We're jumping in for ourselves because we feel uncomfortable. We're like, stop crying. I feel sad. Yeah. But the greatest act is to allow them to feel that emotion. And guess what? You don't go anywhere. You just sit with them. And they know you're going to sit with them however long it takes. And that was edited. Oh. Dami cried longer than you saw.
Really?
And I put my iPad down. I moved up and I was like, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Like however long you need. And I think even for men, it's so important for us to do this with each other, to know that holding space for each other is how we heal each other. And so that moment changed everything for me. Now, after he's processed, we hugged. He came to Sutton. He became a very close friend of mine. But in that moment, I had to hold space for him. Yeah. One other thing, too, I have to say about the pod is, you mentioned we're going faster than Diary of a CEO, is I have to shout out Stephen Bartlett, which people feel however they want to feel about Stephen, but he is my big little brother, and I love him, and I stand with him. And what he's done is he has literally given me his playbook.
Wow.
And when I win with this podcast, or when we win with this podcast, he messages me like, you're the GOAT. Now think about this. Think about having someone who is outpacing you on your, whatever your thing is, and then they send you a message like, you're the GOAT. Think about that. That's Stephen. And he's taught me about the attention to detail. For example, even these chairs, one of the reasons why I think we are so successful as a pod is just the chairs. Okay. When we started with different chairs at an angle, and there was a microphone coming out of the chair. And one day I came down, I sat down, and Stephen was sitting in the other chair. I was like, what are you doing here? Because he records his podcast just right next to me. So I was like, what are you doing here? He said, how do you feel about these chairs?
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? These are chairs. Now, I know that he calculates everything. He calculates the CO2 level in his studio. No, I'm serious. Because if the CO2 levels, the carbon dioxide levels are too high, what do? You get sleepy.
Wow.
You can't think straight. So he perfects everything. I love that. I'm a Virgo. I love that. So when he was like, how you feel about the chairs? I knew it was loaded. I was like, okay, you don't like the chairs. What don't you like about the chairs? He said, well, you tell me. What don't you? I was like,
I'm fine.
Are you interviewing me? Like, what's going on? But long story short, we changed the chairs. We changed the chair setup. And immediately, the guests began to emote differently. So what we've done over the last 2 years is we have very methodically selected everything on this set. Even the photo, like this photo, that's a photo of me at 18 years old in New York. Everything is this is Jamaica. This is Blue Mountains of Jamaica. Everything, shut up. Real quick, one time. Bang, 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 bang.
See, I told my team we should have got those horns.
Sorry, we do this everywhere. But, is it? Oh, no, you take your time with that. Everything is methodically placed in order to allow the guest to feel safe. Everything is.
Love it. What's your, in summary, what is your greatest hope for this podcast and what it can do? 500,000 plus subscribers, fastest, 13 times faster than DOAC. What's your greatest hope for it? What do you want it to do beyond numbers?
Oh, man, that it changes lives.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Is that what I've noticed is that the focus when I was early in my career, my focus was on making money. The moment that my focus shifted on changing lives, I started to make money.
Okay. What would you call this last slide here? This last chapter of your life, if you was to put it in a book, what would you call it, this current chapter?
Oh, I call it the Patty King.
The what?
The Patty King. I'm a patty fiend. So I have this idea.
Patty.
Oh. Yeah,
okay,
patty.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to go
patty,
to every shop, and I want to try every patty in the world and critique the patty because the flakiness is not right, the gummy situation. So I need to make sure. Side note, the Flygerians. You know the Flygerians?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. They know how to make patties.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how do you know how to do this? Because you do this so well. But it would probably be, and then he rested.
Okay.
Yes.
Unpack that.
And then he rested because I work every minute of the day.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were actually just talking about in the back room before I came out is even by design, I don't talk about all the things that I do.
Okay.
And the big reason why I don't talk about all the things that I do and why I don't even do interviews, but I came for you.
Thank you very much.
Is that we live in a world where everybody loves to applaud the rise and they love to see the fall.
Jeez.
And they love the takedown. And the more stuff, things, etc. that you're doing, the more it looks like you're winning, the more so many people just want to see you lose. Yeah. So I was like, let's not even put our points up on the board anymore, you know? And so by design, it's not all visible. But there's a lot of effort that goes into it. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I know I need to rest. Yeah. Like I'm burning myself out doing this. Yeah. And so at a certain point, I will be in Jamaica.
Yes.
In the Blue Mountains.
Yes.
On my Scotch bonnet farm.
Come on.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
And reflecting back saying, I ran a great race.
Round of applause, please, for Paul C. Brunson.